And we say good morning to you. Welcome. We are live again at Movement Mortgage in Boones Creek or Johnson City, right beside the Boones Creek Cracker Barrel on this Monday, January the 8th, 2018. Show number 661. And man, we are ready and loaded for bear. We got lots to talk about. The obvious 8 o'clock kickoff tonight down at Mercedes-Benz Stadium where tickets, needless to say, are a premium. It will be the National College Football Championship. The Alabama Crimson Tide and the Georgia Bulldogs will break it down for you. In fact, got a couple of celebrities. One in particular we know for sure is going to call him. Sean Witten, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, dear friend, will get his take and let him kind of analyze the keys to the game tonight, who he thinks is going to win, what's it going to take for Georgia to win, what's it going to take for Alabama to win. So we'll talk to Coach Witten coming up a little bit later on. Also, and we're very proud to tell you, we've kind of stepped up in the modern era. We have ourselves now a tablet. Yeah. And so the way we got it all fixed up to our good friends at Sprint, it should be able to allow me to interact with you starting today. So who do you think is going to win the national championship? Let me know at the Tom Taylor Sports Show on Facebook page and send me your predictions, and we'll kind of give them a shout out, see what you think as the morning and the show unfolds here again on this Monday, January the 8th, 2018. Big shout out to Dr. Philip Marshall. Didn't have a show Friday, unexpectedly did not have a show. Got to tell you why. Still not out of the woods yet, but it's a whole lot better. It's called an abscessed tooth. Whoo, whoo. So anyway, we're going to get it jerked out either this afternoon or tomorrow, but we didn't have a show on Friday. We were scheduled to be at Food City in Bristol Volunteer Parkway, and kind of a all of a sudden kind of thing come upon me, and it was whoo. That's pain right there. It's hurting the old cowboy pretty good. If you've ever had an abscessed tooth, you know what I'm talking about. But kudos to Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart, who put me in contact with Dr. Philip Marshall, dentist in Kingsport, who did a phenomenal job. Not done yet, but kudos to Dr. Marshall, working on that abscessed tooth, and so feeling a whole lot better today. Not out of the woods, but thanks to Dr. Marshall in Kingsport right there on Center Street. We appreciate him very much. Hey, we're live at Movement Mortgage. My buddy Jeremy Livesey will be joined by him coming up here in just a few minutes. JeremyLivesey.com at Movement Mortgage. They are flat selling and moving the property. Closings left and right here at Movement Mortgage. And so as Barney told Andy, speed. I think that's what he told him, among other things over the years. But speed is the key here. I know we had Jeremy on last week. He stopped by Chick-fil-A, and at one point, he was telling me they got one turned around, and you can get it pre-approved or approved in 6 to 8 hours, same day. If you get your paperwork here and let them ship it down to the folks, and they can give you a decision right back same day. No more, well, we'll let you know in a couple of weeks or in 3 days, or we're talking same-day speed here with, again, the folks at Movement Mortgage, and of course the manager here at the Boones Creek location, Jeremy Livesey at JeremyLivesey.com, Jeremy Livesey, Livesey.com. Check it out for yourself, and Jeremy can get you and the staff. If he can't, he's got a great staff on board now, and so somebody's going to be able to help you, but more times than not, he'll do that himself. So coming up a little bit later on the show, again, Sean Witten at the bottom of the hour talking the Alabama-Georgia showdown tonight. Also, Mike Hedrick, top of the hour at 12 o'clock. He'll join us and give us the very latest, on NASCAR. We're 41 days away from today for the running of the Daytona 500. Also, we're 97 days out, inside of 100 days now. Saw Drew Bedard on Saturday from the vice president, one of the VPs at Bristol Motor Speedway, and so he said, man, it's here, it's crunch time, it's show time. I said, oh yeah, we're 97 days out from the Food City 500 right here in the old ball cap. We'll tell you how you get some great ticket values from Food City and from the ticket office of Bristol Motor Speedway. And so the Daytona 500, 41 days from today. Food City 500, 97 days away from today. Also, we've got a lineup ready to go a little bit later on. Of course, Jeremy will stop by. William Yarber from Mike's Medicine Mart. Solgar is going to be the supplement on sale this month at Mike's Medicine Mart. And also, the Gator Man's going to check in with us. He said, we don't want to do a quiz show today. Can we do riddles? Riddles? We're going to do riddles today on the show. So only Gator would call me up and say, hey, instead of trivia, can we just do riddles? So I'm not sure what that means. With Gator, you never know what anything means. He's a piece of work. We love the guy. So anyway, that's what's coming up. And so we'll check in with him coming up here in just a little while. We'll take our first break, come right by and get ready to go. We'll take a look at the obvious we've got coming up a little bit of NFL news, not much. We'll let you know who's playing this week. Also, we've got college basketball, some college football, obviously front and center for the national championship tonight. Also, college basketball, got some local sports. Also got the updates on the NBA, the National Hockey League, and college basketball. All that straight ahead in different segments here of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Show number 661. Here's our verse for the day to get us started out of the book of Isaiah. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. We unashamedly do that. Hello to Renee McNeil, by the way, and Jerry. And Tank Morrell, I want to say hello to you, and some of the other folks will say hello to as the morning unfolds. Again, be sure and send us your thoughts on who's going to win the national championship tonight. May not care. Maybe your team's not even playing. You could care less, but I think it's cool. Just kind of take an unofficial poll. So the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page, let me know, and we'll kind of keep a running tab. Verse of the day, Isaiah 26:3-4 says, I will keep you in perfect peace if you will keep your mind steadfast on me and always trust me. I heard that in the sermon yesterday. I heard it in the sermon last night at the old church house. I am a rock you can always stand on. I will keep you in perfect peace if you will keep your mind steadfast on me and always trust me. Period. I'm a rock you can always stand on. Isaiah 26:3-4, the verse of the day here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And also, don't forget to circle your calendar. April the 27th, 28th, and 29th. We're going to be there 2 weeks from today, as a matter of fact. We'll be at the Cove, the Billy Graham Training Center at the Cove in Black Mountain, North Carolina with our show. And we'll get a chance to meet, among others, Will Graham, the grandson of Billy Graham, who will be the evangelist coming to town for the celebration April the 27th, 28th, and 29th. We'll have our buddy Darius Hensley on probably Wednesday. Again, we're kind of leaving tomorrow open in case we get the old tooth pulled to see how things progress. Friday, it looked like I've been in a prize fight, obviously, and I could have done a show if I wanted to, and I wanted to. I don't like missing doing this show, but was not going to happen. I didn't look too hot. It sounded even worse, so we're going to leave tomorrow open, but Wednesday he's due to be with us. Wednesday we'll be at Chick-fil-A. Thursday this week we'll be at Freddy's in North Johnson City, and Friday we'll be at Food City in Jonesboro on the Food City Friday. So one of those 3 days, our dear friend Darius Hensley will be with us to talk more about the Will Graham celebration, the grandson of Billy Graham, coming in here on April the 27th, 28th, and 29th at Freedom Hall in Johnson City, and it ain't that far away. Quick break, college football for all the marbles tonight. Saban versus Smart. Had a little press conference yesterday. Ooh, a little cool at the old podium. For two guys that worked together for a decade, you would not have known it. It was a little icy, understandably so. They can be buddies after the game, but tonight both are playing for the coveted national championship. We'll talk about it next year in our first segment of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live from Movement Mortgage in Boones Creek. Again, check him out, JeremyLivesey.com, here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, One call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one-and-done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one-and-done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
The 2018 Cal Calendar in now for a limited time at Chick-fil-A, The Crossings in North Johnson City. A 20th anniversary retrospective titled Steers of Yesteryear, including a card with a wide range of free food offerings across the Chick-fil-A menu. Only $8 plus tax, but hurry, supplies are limited. Each month gives you the chance to collect free Chick-fil-A menu items. The offers vary each month, but hurry, supplies are limited. The 2018 Chick-fil-A Steers of Yesteryear Calendar on sale now at Chick-fil-A at The Crossings in North Johnson City.
We're back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live again at Movement Mortgage again in Boones Creek in Johnson City, Tennessee. Well, Mary Ellen Malone in West Virginia says it's Alabama for our West Virginia coach. That, of course, would be the one and only Nick Saban, who is from the hills of West Virginia. So she says Alabama. We've got Gary Taylor saying Alabama 31-7. Ooh, that'd be a butt whooping. So we'll see. But if you're interested, hey, for kicks, send us. Let me know what you think. Who's going to win tonight? If you don't care, let me know that too. But hey, got my new Facebook, got my new tablet here, and I feel empowered. Only thing I can't figure out is how to turn the volume down on it so I can watch it. Otherwise, I got to go away from it and bring it back. So I'm not sure how to do that. But maybe I get Jeremy in here in a few minutes, or one of the girls, Brittany, or somebody can go in and say, hit this button, because he told me and I can't remember. You know, when you get my age, you get a lot of buttons and a lot of prompts, and here's what you do is in front of you, and here's how you do it, and it was sensory overload for me. So anyway, let's take a look at college football. 8 o'clock kickoff tonight from obviously a sold-out Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Georgia's going to be a heck of a ball game. And again, let's see who's and what's going on as far as Nick Saban. Well, unbelievable. He's talking about dynasty, talking about the New England Patriots and the New York Yankees, and go down all the different sports and teams that have dominated over the years. Alabama's coach has his Crimson Tide back in the college football playoff national championship for the third straight season. Alabama's won 4 national titles since Saban took over in 2007, played for another. Only once since 2008 has Alabama lost more than a single regular season game. On paper tonight, I would have to think, there's no question, it would be Alabama's going to be the favorite. But we'll see. So here we go. Let's start with Alabama. We'll get Sean Whitten on coming up here in just a few minutes at the bottom of the hour to see what he thinks about who he thinks is going to win and why. Very successful coach, of course. The older brother of Jason Witten with the Dallas Cowboys, tight end superstar. But again, a very great coach in his own right, getting ready to hit the 100-win plateau in only his, 7th or 8th season coming up next year. And so this guy knows what he's talking about. So I thought it'd be cool to tap into Sean Whitten and see what he thinks. All right, what's it going to take for Alabama to win? Nick Saban going after his 6th championship. For Alabama, all you got to do, and I say all you got to do, it's not easy to do, but you got to stop Nick Chubb and Sony Michel, the 2 running backs for Georgia. You stop them, game's over. Put a little pressure on Jake Fromm, again, a freshman who's maybe not seen the pressure he's going to see tonight. I'll be willing to bet the defensive coordinator, soon to be the head coach of the Tennessee Volunteers. If I'm Jeremy Pruitt and I'm Alabama, I have seen this before back in the day. Oh gosh, how many years ago this been? But Dobbinsman was playing Sullivan South here at the time. Kurt Phillips, the outstanding quarterback for Sullivan South. They came to J. Fred Johnson Stadium. I was doing Dobbinsman on the radio at that point, and the late Darrell Watson Catfish, his nickname was, the defensive coordinator. When Kurt Phillips got off the bus, I think it was the first 12 or 13 plays of the football game, they just did an all-out blitz. I want to say, I don't know if it's 12 or 13, don't hold me to that, but Kurt Phillips, who went on to have a great career at Wisconsin as a D1 quarterback, never got untracked after that. They brought the house, I know, at least 7 or 8 straight times, just a full-out linebacker blitz, got in his cage, rattled him a little bit, and that was it. Don't be surprised you don't see that tonight. Alabama's defense going after Jake Fromm early on to kind of rattle his cage a little bit and get him out of sync and out of rhythm. Also, for Alabama, they wanted the offseason to come in with a more pro-oriented passing game for Jalen Hurts. Mission accomplished. Hurts' yards are down from his freshman season, but his efficiency is way up. He threw the fewest interceptions, which is 1, of any FBS quarterback who played a full season. How about that? So Jalen Hurts got done what Nick Saban wanted done, to be a better quarterback, more of a throwing quarterback. Again, as we said, his efficiency way up. His yards down from his freshman season, but his efficiency is way up. So that's another advantage. We're going through what it's going to take for Alabama to win. Georgia's running game is effective, but this is by far Saban's best rushing offense at Alabama, averaging 255, call it 256 yards a ball game on the average. That is second only to Georgia in the Southeastern Conference by an average of about 12 yards a game. Now, there are no 1,000-yard rushers at Alabama, but 5 players have at least 275 yards rushing for the season. What's that mean? Interchangeable running backs, tougher to defend. You got 5 guys back there you got to worry about now. Hurt, as a matter of fact, has the most carries at quarterback. It's fair to say Alabama, who has a more diverse running game than Georgia, look for a series of designated and designed runs from Hurts, who has 28% of all of Alabama's rushes since he stepped on campus. So lots of opportunities and options with 5 different running backs in the backfield for Alabama. Let's see. The table is set for Jake Fromm. Exploit the area behind Alabama's front 7, much like Jarrett Stidham did in the Iron Bowl. Can he, because of the injuries to the Alabama linebacking corps? And we told you last week, Lester Cotton, the right guard, and linebacker Anthony Jennings both lost to Alabama during the Sugar Bowl against Clemson. So Jennings was Bama's 10th leading tackler and the number 4 guy in tackles for loss. So it goes more than that. He'll be replaced by junior Christian Miller and sophomore Terrell Lewis. That's concerning because those two have combined to appear in 7 games after supposedly being knocked out for the year in the Florida State season opener. So anyway, the injury bug, and so Fromm, and of course we're talking about what's going to take for Alabama to win. Their linebackers that are going to be playing tonight, Christian Miller and sophomore Terrell Lewis, got to be dialed in. They got to be spot on. If they are, then it's going to be even tougher for the Georgia Bulldogs. Last but not least, the teacher and student barely acknowledged each other's presence yesterday at the press conference. Strange for a couple of guys who worked together for almost a decade. Nick Saban said this back in July. I love this quote. With another chance for a national championship, he says, quote, "I don't want to waste a failure." They failed, in his humble opinion, last year. I don't know if you heard the story, but after the Clemson game, I think he took 2 days off, maybe 3. Not much more than that. He's right back in the office preparing to get him right back to where he is this year in the national championship. So Nick Saban says, "I don't want to waste a failure." Is that not cool? Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live at Movement Mortgage. Right behind us is the big MM. You see it there. Again, go to JeremyLivesey.com. And again, if you're interested in him moving your home, moving your property, if you're looking to buy one, he was telling me last week when we had him at Chick-fil-A, a lot of folks moving into this area. Why not? We've had some cold weather. Obviously, the whole country's had cold weather. Some are still reeling from the cold weather. We are moderating today, upper 30s. We're talking 60s by Wednesday and Thursday this week. Another cool snap coming through, but that's one of the beauties of living here. It's why people move here. It's never too cold or too hot for too long here in the mountains, and so it's a great place. There is no state income tax in Tennessee. The crime rate is way down compared to other parts of the country. Do we have a problem? Sure. We'll have. Anytime you put people in a spot, there's going to be problems as far as crime, but nothing like the big cities. And so for all those reasons and more, the mountains, the topography where you can go, the bike riding and the running and the swimming and the fishing and just all the beauty of the area in these mountains here in East Tennessee and Western North Carolina and Southwest Virginia. For all those reasons and more, a lot of folks moving in. Jeremy's telling me he's helped a couple just last week from California, got away from the state income tax and the cost of living. Said the guy took if I remember, I'll get him in here in a minute. If I remember right, he told me last week that this guy moved here from California and took a $20,000 cut in pay, but is actually going to benefit and profit because of the cost of living and what you get when you buy a home here. You get a whole lot more home than what you would get in in another state or a bigger city. So for all those reasons, a lot of folks moving in, and if you're interested in doing that or certainly inquiring about property here, whether you want to move in now or move in the future, JeremyLivesey.com is the man you want to talk to, and he can direct you towards some real estate agents. But again, his whole thing is to get you turned around and get you sold and bought and sold in a very fast and timely manner. And he came in just a few minutes ago and stuck his thumb up. He said they're rocking this morning too. So busy time here in January of 2018, which is not typically the homeowners market. Typically it's a little bit later on when the weather breaks for sure. For the springtime, but they are very busy right now. So there's the reasons why Alabama should win the ball game. Let's get the reasons why Georgia should try or should win, or what they need to do to win, I should say. Up front, they got to dominate along the defensive front. A common theme this week has been the criticism of Georgia getting ripped 531 yards to Oklahoma's offense in the national semifinal. That's a big number. That number doesn't tell the whole story. The real story is that Georgia's defense, now this is a good point. Georgia's defense, specifically its defensive front, won that game by generating 5 straight stops to open the second half. Anytime, and if you follow football, you know this, but anytime you come out of that locker room, the first 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes of the second half pretty much sets the tone for a ball game. You can pretty much take that to the bank. And so Georgia coming out of that second half, 5 straight stops to open the second half, kind of set the tempo for the rest of the ball game defensively. They got to do that again tonight. Also, if Georgia's going to win tonight, they got to come right at Jalen Hurts. Pretty much what I said earlier about what Georgia's going to do, or Alabama may do to Jake Fromm. They got to do the same thing to Jalen Hurts. They got to come and get in his grill, get him rattled a little bit. Some blitz packages coming in from the linebackers, also some safety blitzes. They could get in the backfield, disrupt him, not let him get any momentum. And Georgia's approach to mobile quarterbacks need to come right at him. That's exactly what happened in the second half when the Bulldogs abandoned their quest to contain Sooner quarterback Baker Mayfield and came right at the Heisman Trophy winner. And so you saw the results of that. Hurts hasn't made many mistakes this year, but he also hasn't faced as many defenses with the speed of the Georgia Bulldogs. Man, they are cat quick on defense, Georgia. So got to get Jalen Hurts rattled a little bit. That's got to be a key for Georgia to win. Let's see, the running game. That's not going to be a key for Georgia. Mark it down. They're going to get their yards running. What they've got to do, in my humble opinion, for them to win this football game tonight, they being Georgia, they've got to get a passing game going. You know, Sony Michel, Nick Chubb are going to bring you the football. They're going to hammer it. I mean, they just are. Michel's got the speed, and Chubb's got he's the hammer man back there. Hand him the ball and grind it out. But again, what they need to do to keep it rolling tonight, Georgia we're speaking of, to win the ball game, Georgia's got to establish a passing game to keep the linebackers honest. If it becomes a straight running game, then they just pin their ears back and go after the running backs. If the passing game works for Jake Fromm, the true freshman, trying to win the first national championship as a true freshman in 32 years, that's pretty impressive. Then all he needs is little dump passes, do the old playground football back when we were kids, go down about 5 or 10 yards, turn, and boom. Or do the old button hook, which is go down the field, turn around, go right down the field. Where's my camera? Go right down the field, turn around, come straight back. The old button hook. So, or the comeback pass. I know that sounds silly, but it worked in playground in the backyard in West Virginia. It'll work for the Georgia Bulldogs too. Mark my word. Hey, they don't have to throw the bombs. That'll be great to get in behind the coverage. But they got a great defensive secondary as the Georgia Bulldogs. But everybody is susceptible to a point. Down and out passes to the sidelines. So we'll see. Also, if the game gets to turn the game sideways, make sure it happens. We saw Georgia play and beat Oklahoma playing the Sooners brand of point per minute football. If that situation presents itself, Kirby Smart and his staff needs to live by one simple mantra: don't let up. If you put your foot on their throat for Georgia to win, that's what they've got to do. Smart and the Bulldogs want to play old school smash mouth football too. That's another reason. And then last but not least, if you're going to win this football game tonight, if you're Georgia, it's tempo, tempo, tempo. We've seen Georgia go up-tempo a lot this year in big situations, including the SEC championship game over Auburn. They don't always snap it quickly, but they do get to the line in a hurry, often to prevent defenses from substituting. Simply getting to the line quickly will stress middle linebacker Mike Wilson, who calls the signals in place of Hamilton and Moses for the Alabama defense, and simply running plays will stress the depth of the defensive minded Crimson Tide. So maybe not a hurry-up offense, but nonetheless get up there, run the play, 5 or 10 seconds in between plays, go right back at them. And so it's not a hurry-up offense, but as it says, tempo, tempo, tempo. These are the suggestions of what it's going to take for, again, the Georgia Bulldogs to win over Alabama, or Alabama to win over Georgia. We got some freezing rain falling outside. It's coming down pretty good. And so we got some ice pellets. So if you're traveling here in the Tri-Cities, please be careful and use your noggin. Drive carefully because it is going to turn to rain later on this afternoon, warm up a little bit. But right now, it ain't, as they say back home. So if you're going to be traveling here in the Tri-Cities, slow down. Use your noggin. If you're going up in the mountains and the higher elevations where it's much worse than it is here, then it's going to be even more interesting. So just give me a little heads up. Watch a young lady get out of the car here, and she's just kind of doing the not taking big steps, just kind of doing a power slide, I guess, to get in here to visit with the folks in Movement Mortgage, which is right beside the Boones Creek Cracker Barrels. So pretty cool. Good stuff going on here. We'll take a quick break. Are we close to talking to my man? We are. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. We'll check in with Sean Whitten, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, get his take on what it's going to take to win the ball game tonight. Who's going to win? Give me the keys to the eyes of a very successful high school football coach, Sean Whitten. He'll let us know what it's going to take for Alabama to win, what it's going to take for Georgia to win. We'll do that right after this, live at Movement Mortgage. Again, at JeremyLivesey.com. We'll be right back right after this on show number 661 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at FCA.org.
It's the best month of the year to buy a new Chevy at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City with unbelievable savings on over 200 2017s in stock. The rarely offered Chevrolet Employee Discount for Everyone offers the best savings of the year. 17 Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs, $10,000 off MSRP. 17 Corvettes, 20% off MSRP. 18 Equinox LS, $22,740. 17 Track, $17,983. Remember our Saturday parts and service hours and online shopping 24/7. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us at Champion Chevrolet, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
There he is. We're live again, back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Coming out of the break with us on the phone, head football coach Sean Whitney, Elizabethton Cyclones. And good morning, Coach. How you doing, my friend?
Doing great, Tom. Thanks for having me back on again.
Yeah, man, I love having you on. You're awesome. So, give me a weather update. Anything going on in Elizabethton? I know we got some freezing rain here in Boones Creek. What's going on over there right now?
Well, it just now started over here about 5 minutes ago, so just got a little bit of sleet, ice, rain, and looks like it's getting ready to head our way.
There you go. So we got some wintry weather around us. It's going to warm up. It's going to be in the 60s later on this week, so that's a good thing. And let's jump in here and go. Tonight I want to get a coach on that knows what's going on, the Alabama-Georgia preview. So let's take a look at, first off, some keys to the football game. For Alabama to win and for Nick Saban, what do they got to do tonight?
Well, I think Jalen Hurts has to make a lot of plays with his feet. I think, both teams are so well-balanced and come in with big guys in the trenches and great defenses, and we all know about the running backs that both teams have. But I think Jalen Hurts has to make some plays with his feet, and he can become the X factor for tonight's game.
That's exactly what we had before we called you, the very thing. Georgia's running game is pretty good, but, Coach, you've got 5 different running backs back there for Alabama. It's got about 275 apiece on the season, so a lot of variation in that backfield. Is that tough to defend when you got 5 different guys back here running the football tonight?
Well, yeah, what's crazy about that, Tom, is they're all 5-star running backs. The thing about it is you've got to love the way that both teams have recruited in both styles. They're so similar, and obviously Kirby Smart has taken a page out of Nick Saban's book, and it all comes down to, can you stop the run and run the football? And when you can do that, then you have the guys out there that make plays. But you're going to see a lot of guys tonight. I think he said Alabama's got, in the last, decade or so, got 48 guys in the National Football League. Georgia's got 38. The leader is LSU at 51. So, what's great about the running backs is they're all different. You got a speed guy. You got Scarborough that's, big and strong like Henry for the Titans. You see the Chubb who's, squatty and really put together. Then you see Michelle who's just got the speed on the outside. And then if you look at the Rose Bowl game with Georgia, you saw a lot of wildcat plays, whether it was Chubb down on the goal line, whether it's Michelle in overtime, to seal the game. There's a lot of X-factor plays. But for me, the ability as a quarterback to make plays with his feet is something that you have tough. You can't contain. You can't stop. And for me, it's going to come down to both quarterbacks. Ken Fromm, a true freshman quarterback, top 13, wins in his freshman year, or is he making enough plays with his arm on some play action pass, or does Hurts win the game with his feet?
We're talking to Sean Whitten, head football coach of Elizabethton Cyclones. Again, we're live here again in Boones Creek. He's in Elizabethton, of course. So Jake Fromm is the real deal, a true freshman trying to win the first national championship as a freshman quarterback in 32 years. So then you've got, of course, and you'll know this all too well, as a head coach, you've got Kirby Smart, who coached with Nick Saban for 10 years. It's the teacher and the coach. How does that play into the game tonight as far as a strategy?
Well, also you're going to hear it over and over and over if you watch all throughout the course of the day. The biggest statistic out there is all Saban disciples are on 11 versus him. Whether it's Dooley, whether it's D'Antoni at Michigan State, whether it's whoever it might be. But I just think that that's the biggest statistics out there. But I don't think Alabama's faced a team that resembles a lot like themselves. And Alabama's defense is obviously superb, and the offense helped them tremendously. But I don't think anybody expected Georgia to put up 54 points in the Rose Bowl game. I thought, they thought that Baker Mayfield would get a lot of points, and then that they would come on. But for Georgia to score 54 points against Oklahoma in a Rose Bowl game, that's got to give them a lot of confidence for Jake Fromm. And I just think that it's going to be a terrific football game. I hope it's a close game, and it's going to be really exciting to watch. And, tonight, just seeing that game and then seeing it in the new Falcons Stadium, it's just going to be a tremendous atmosphere. Obviously, both two SEC games in the SEC, where they play the SEC championship, and both teams are very familiar with it. Obviously, Tom, you and I talk about it all the time on our shows. And
uh-oh. Hello? Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
There you go. I didn't hear what you last thing I heard you say when we talk about on our show. Go ahead and repeat, please.
So, talking about the 12th man, talking about Alabama, how they played Florida State there to open the season, and also they played a lot of times in Georgia with the SEC championship. It's also a home field advantage for Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs there in Atlanta.
One of the X factors I always bring up, and I'm going to ask you about this, is the kicking game and special teams. To go back to the Georgia game against Oklahoma, big field goal right before halftime, the blocked field goal by Carter against Oklahoma. How big tonight is the kicking game, and who has the advantage in that one tonight?
Well, I think Alabama's a lot like a lot of teams. They move the ball extremely well from 20 to 20. I think who can score in the red zone is obviously going to be critical. Georgia's kicker made a 58-yard field goal in the Rose Bowl. Alabama's always somewhat settles for field goals because they can play great defense and stop people. So tonight, I think Alabama has to have the edge in the kicking game. They can't afford to miss field goals. A lot of times you see Alabama was great field position and get defense. They got down there several times but didn't walk away with a lot of points. So I believe tonight Alabama has to in the kicking game because they rely so much on our defense and field position that if they end up getting down there and missing field goals, it could be tough. And I think for Georgia, they know they can't settle for field goals. I think they know that the first team to get to 21-7.
Yeah, they've got to punch points in. You're exactly right. So in closing, you're talking to Sean Whitten. I'm going to put it out there to you. Give me a final score. What do you think it's going to be tonight?
I'm going to say 24-21, and I'm going to say the Disciple wins it. It's hard to go against Alabama, but I'm going to say Georgia's just having a terrific run. You see that Kirby Smart is built, just like Saban, and I'm going to say the backs of Georgia get it done tonight. I think that obviously Alabama's got a chip on their shoulder coming from being fourth place and barely getting in. But I'm going to say the month preparation that Alabama had to prepare for Clemson was spot on, but a week preparation getting ready for Georgia, I'm going to say Georgia has the advantage.
Wow. All right. Georgia 24-21. Coach Whitten, that's what he's going with. It's going to be a great ball game. Going to pop a little popcorn there at the old Whitten house and kick back tonight, watch some football, and that's great. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon, and go Cyclones, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, great job. Our buddy Sean Whitten again. Cell phone wasn't the hottest in the world, but that's okay. We still got the gist of it. Bottom line is, he says at the end of the day, Georgia's going to win this thing. The disciple beats the teacher. 24-21. He's picking Georgia to win this thing tonight. That's interesting. So, Sony Michel, Nick Chubb are going to get their yards. There's no question about that. We'll ask Mike Hedrick his thoughts, although he's going to talk NASCAR at the top of the hour, but we're going to get his thoughts about that as well. And so, Sean Whitten says Georgia 24-21, the head coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. And, hey, it's a Southern thing. Again, being from West Virginia, I'm a huge fan of Nick Saban because he's a West Virginia boy. I love Georgia's style of football. I didn't like how they treated Mark Richt, but I do. Of course, he's went on to say, that's okay. Everything happens for a reason. So they bring in Kirby Smart, who has just electrified the Georgia fan base, to say the least. And, well, he should have. He's done a great job, a phenomenal job for that matter. Plus his recruiting for next year. This guy is lights out. He has led the country in recruiting, so the rich is going to keep getting richer. Again, you look at the Georgia-Alabama ball game, and again, Coach Witten says 24-21. What do you think? Let me know on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, the Facebook page. Send me in your prediction and see what you think, and we'll have fun with it. Gary Taylor earlier said 31-7 Alabama. Mary Ellen Malone, I'm sorry, Miss Mary Ellen. I haven't said that right since you started watching the show. Mary Ellen Malone, there you go. Slow down, Tom. You just get excited when you hear from people from West Virginia. She says Alabama because of the West Virginia boy Nick Saban. So for whatever reason, you may send me a text like, I could care less. I'm going to be watching something else. I don't even give a rip about the college football game, and that's okay too. By the way, speaking of college football, one of the funniest guys on television, we lost him over the weekend. This is a side note to the show, but still pretty cool. Loved it. In fact, I meant to go out and get it for Christmas, and I didn't. I may do that tonight. Treat myself to the entire season series of Coach. Luther Van Dam, Jerry Van Dyke, passed away over the weekend at the age of 86. Funny show. And, of course, Luther, to me, made the show. Hayden did too, Craig Nelson, but Hayden Fox. But, again, Luther, when he was on the show, it was hilarious. We watch it about every 2 weeks. There's an episode where he went into Hayden went to Christine's home, her apartment in New York City, and she had white carpeting, and so she was leaving the boys there for a little while to go out, and I think she had to do a newscast. She was the newscast person there in Milwaukee, and she would be right back in about 2 hours, and it was just a total mayhem. Luther came over and spilled grape juice on her white carpet, and it was hilarious. And so we watch it all the time at the homestead. But again, losing a good one. College football lost a good one. TV show lost a good one. The sitcom Coach, Jerry Van Dyke, Luther Van Dam, we lose him over the weekend at the age of 86. One other college football note before we take a break. Former Tennessee head coach Derek Dooley back in business after being let go by the Dallas Cowboys. And Derek Dooley now is going to be the offensive coordinator for the Missouri Tigers. And so he is very excited about that opportunity, as well he should be. So a new move for Derek Dooley, a new chance to get back into college football after several years after leaving Tennessee, working as a wide receiver coach, among other things, a couple other different assignments while being on the Dallas Cowboy coaching staff. But Derek Dooley, again, back in Missouri as the offensive coordinator for that team. Jake Fromm, tell you what, this guy, the quarterback, true freshman for the Georgia Bulldogs, was not supposed to be there. It's an interesting story before we go to the break. Georgia coach Kirby Smart convincing backup quarterback Bryce Ramsey to stick around this year after he flirted with the idea of transferring, specifically to be the 2A quarterback behind Jacob Eason. Ramsey was supposed to be the guy who got mop-up duty as Fromm redshirted. Fromm was supposed to be the 2B guy, the guy who came in and only had his red shirt burned in case of a long-term injury to Eason. Well, it just so happened that Georgia had to burn it, put Fromm in during the first quarter of the first game of the season, a 31-10 win over Appalachian State. The rest of it, they say, is history. Finished off that season opener against App State, posted a 12-1 record as a starter that included an SEC championship game win over Auburn in the college football playoff in play-in game, and a dramatic 54-48 win we talked about over Oklahoma in the Rose Bowl national semifinals. So Jake Fromm, I think he's one of the keys to this football game tonight. If he comes out and plays like he's been playing all season long, Alabama's going to have a tough time. If he comes out and for whatever reason shows that he's still a freshman and 18, 19 years old on the national stage for the national championship game, kind of lays an egg as far as his performance, then I think you got Alabama's going to win this football game. But Fromm is a true freshman. And this story says, don't fall into the trap of thinking that since he is a true freshman, he can't handle the stage and spotlight of the national title game. So, and I would tend to agree with that, because this guy, then he went into South Bend and beat a pretty good Notre Dame team, 20-19, is his first career start, going into South Bend and beating the Fighting Irish in Game 2 of the season. So Here are some of the quarterbacks for this season as far as passing efficiency. You have Baker Mayfield of Oklahoma, Jake Fromm of Georgia, Mason Rudolph of Oklahoma State, Justin Herbert of Oregon, and John Wofford of Wake Forest are your top 5 as far as passing efficiency. And Power 5 quarterbacks who took a minimum of 200 snaps, and so he is the second best passer in the country behind the Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield. So pretty good numbers up there again for Jake Fromm, who will have to have a big game tonight for the Georgia Bulldogs. It's going to be a fun game. 8 o'clock kickoff tonight from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Of course, Atlanta about 90 miles away from Athens, so it is very much going to be, I would think, I don't know how the ticket allotment went, but I would think it's going to be very much a pro-Georgia football game tonight. That may or not bother Alabama and Nick Saban, but you're going to be a lot of orange and black tonight. Not orange and black, red and black in Atlanta. And, of course, the Crimson Tide will be well represented, but red and black will be very dominant tonight at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, probably dominant down there as we speak. We're, about 7 hours away from kickoff. So excitement runs rampant in Atlanta today and tonight for the College Football National Championship. And, of course, the president's going to be in attendance. So that ramps up security in a lot of different logistical scenarios that you've got to go through because the pres is going to be there and the Secret Service and the FBI and all that. So, again, it's going to be interesting, but a great game tonight at 8 o'clock from Atlanta. As we told you, Derek Dooley replacing Josh Heupel, who recently became the head football coach at Central Florida, who lost Scott Frost and went to Nebraska, so the coaching carousel continues. Dooley, again, most recently the wide receivers coach of the Dallas Cowboys, position he held since being let go by Tennessee back in 2012. And so he was not retained with the Cowboys for the next season, and so he'll go in as the offensive coordinator. He's never been an offensive coordinator and or a quarterback's coach, so he has, however, coached about every other offensive position, so from wide receivers to tight ends to running backs. So Derek Dooley, former Tennessee head football coach, now the OC, the offensive coordinator for the Missouri Tigers. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. We'll switch it, and we'll talk a little, we'll get it out of the way, talk a little NFL from yesterday, let you know who won, who's moving on. I'm not going to give you much time. I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking about guys who can't stand for the national anthem. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back, and we will take a look at the National Football League. At the top of the hour, my man Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans reporter from Northern Virginia, will join us. We'll get his take on the college football game tonight. He'll have one. And so we are counting down the days, 41 days to the Daytona 500, the Great American Challenge. And then we're at 97 days and counting to Jimmy Johnson coming back to town and defending the Food City 500 crown from a year ago. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live at Movement Mortgage. JeremyLivesey.com is the website you want to go to. He'll join us here later in the show. So we're live at his humble abode here in Boones Creek, right across from the Cracker Barrel, where we still see some light freezing rain falling outside here on this Monday, January the 8th. But if you live here local, take heart. We're talking 60s. Woohoo! 60s by Wednesday and Thursday this week. I love it. That's why I love living here. Quick break. We'll be right back on show number 661 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
This is Phil Pipkin, owner of Phil's Dream Pit. Do you like smoked turkey? Do you like smoked ham? For your Christmas or New Year's dinner, enjoy a spiral sliced smoked ham or smoked turkey breast smoked right here at Phil's Dream Pit. Smoked hams, 9 to 11 pounds at $8.50 a pound. The smoked turkey breast goes from 2 to 4 pounds at $11.49 per pound. Order by Tuesday, December the 19th. Pick up Friday, December the 22nd, or Saturday, December 23rd. Let us take care of your Christmas or New Year's dinner with a smoked turkey breast or spiral smoked ham. Call 349-6437. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
The 2018 Cow Calendar in now for a limited time at Chick-fil-A, The Crossings in North Johnson City. A 20th anniversary retrospective titled Steers of Yesteryear, including a card with a wide range of free food offerings across the Chick-fil-A menu. Only $8 plus tax, but hurry, supplies are limited. Each month gives you the chance to collect free Chick-fil-A menu items. The offers vary each month, but hurry, supplies are limited. The 2018 Chick-fil-A Steers of Yesteryear Calendar on sale now at Chick-fil-A at The Crossings in North Johnson City.
On to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's go to the phone. He's there, our buddy William Yarber with Mike's Medicine Mart. And good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Tom. I'm doing great. How are you?
Just fine, sir. Just fine. We'll talk about the national championship and some healthy snack ideas to watch the big game tonight at 8 o'clock, Alabama, Georgia, for the college football national championship. We'll do that coming up. But first, new month, Solgar, the brand new supplement for the month of January at Mike's Medicine Mart. Tell me about it.
Yeah, that's right. This month we're doing Solgar vitamins and supplements. They are 20% off, and that's all month long, so come and get as many as you like. It's a great company. We carry pretty much all of their products. It's a really good seller for us at Max. They do lots of really unique blends that you really can't get through any other supplement company, so that's kind of one go-to brand for a lot of really important things, like their CoQ10 is a great seller for us. They have a very unique form of their CoQ10 that makes it a little more absorbable than some of the other companies. So they kind of specialize in bioavailability, so you get more out of your supplements with them.
So what are the benefits of CoQ10?
So CoQ10, it's a healthy heart enzyme, actually. So we always produce CoQ10, but after we kind of get a little up there in age, and then there's actually certain pharmaceuticals that we take that can actually pull the CoQ10 from your body, like any type of statin drugs. So, blood pressure medication is kind of a big one that you don't really think about, but it reduces your CoQ10 levels in your heart. So it's always good if you're on a statin drug to take CoQ10 along with that to help replenish what's been taken out.
We're talking to our
buddy. They do a really great job.
We're talking to our buddy William Yarber from Mike's Medicine Mart. Make tracks to Mike's. You do so. Go Solgar 10%. I'm not Solgar. Solgar is 20% off for the month of January, not 10%, 20%, which is even better. So CoQ10 is one of the big sellers. Give me two or three other big sellers under the Solgar line.
Well, they do a great job with their turmeric product, and it's called Solgar No. 7. So their whole thing is, you should feel a difference within 7 days of taking it. It has to kind of build up in your system a little bit to get the full benefit. That's one great seller for anybody suffering with arthritis, swollen joints. If you do a lot of sports or you work out, it's a good thing to take for inflammation. So it's everybody can benefit from turmeric for sure.
We're talking to William Yarber again on the phone, Mike's Medicine Mart. All right, give me a couple of other products that fly out of there when the Solgar's on sale.
Yeah, their Comfort Zone. What that is a digestive enzyme. So they've got a few different strains there to help your body break down certain sugars, proteins, and carbohydrates. So, if you kind of tend to be a little late eater, eat later in the day than you should, it's a good idea to take a digestive enzyme. It just helps your stomach do its job to get everything digested properly and, through your system a little smoothly. So, And we have a lot of patients that pair that with their probiotics as well. So they kind of work hand in hand. So you get your digestive enzymes and then also your healthy bacteria. That's kind of really synergistic thing in your stomach to just get everything going and help your body do its job more efficiently.
Talking to our buddy William Yarber, everything Solgar, 20% off the month of January. Mike's Medicine Mart will be there later on in the month. Broadcasting live, I think it's next Tuesday. We're going to be there, having a big time as we always do. Tonight's the National Championship College Football game. You've got some healthy snacks for folks when they're going to have a gang over to watch the National Championship between Alabama and Georgia. You've got some great snack ideas that are healthy for us. Tell us about that we can eat tonight.
Yeah, we do. We have tons of selection. There is the Amish all-natural products that we have here when you first come in the store. They do a great job with their sauces. They've got great tortilla chips, and they also do like kind of little pickled items. Like their pickled asparagus is great. I've actually wasn't the first one to go for that, but after I tried it, it was really good. And they do a great job with their cheeses. So you can kind of do your little chip salsa cheese trays. They also do smoked sausage, so you can have your sausage trays too. And then we also, over in the grocery department, we have some specialty products for those of us that they're on certain diets that can't really deal with dairy or gluten. So we have a natural alternative for all of that too. So pretty much anything you need, we have you covered. And if you're on a special diet, we got you covered too.
Got the dips and the chips tonight, and of course you've got some. What are some great drinks? I know you sell a lot of water. What's some other drinks you have over there that would be good tonight?
Yeah, we've got really good Reed's ginger ale. So theirs is a little more spicier than your traditional ginger ale, so a lot of people really like that. And they do some flavors too, like we carry a cherry flavored. We also got a new one in from Q-Tonic, and they also just do ginger ale drinks. So they've got a few different versions that we carry here in the store. We also have the Honest Tea brand teas and juices that goes along with pretty much about anything you can think of, and the Karma waters, which is kind of a new addition to the store. Those kind of have a few different functions to it. Like we have got a line that some include probiotics with them, and then also that have just like immune boosters. So it's a good thing this time of year is definitely an immune booster. But they just have this little powder top to them, and you push down, and they go into the water, and it flavors your water. There's a pink lemonade. It was really great. We've been selling through it pretty crazy here in the store, and the employees are really liking it too.
And
then we also
go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say we also have Virgil's cream soda, which if you ever tried their cream soda, you'd be kind of hard to go back to any other. So it's another great drink choice.
You got it. All this again at Mike's Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport. Make tracks to Mike's, and again Solgar. Again 20% off the whole month of January. What are the hours you're open at Mike's Medicine Mart?
Well, Monday through Friday, we're open 8 to 7, and then Saturday we're open 8 to 6, and we're still open on Sunday 1 to 5.
For all your needs, make tracks to Mike's. Again, Solgar, 20% off the month of January. What do you want to leave us with this morning, my friend?
Well, I just want to let everybody know that, come and see, us for a good, friendly atmosphere, and, for all your needs, whether it be supplements or specialty diets, we pretty much have everything you need. If we don't have it, we can order it for you.
And you guys sell a lot of teas, don't you?
We do, yeah, and it's definitely tea weather outside today. We're getting a little kind of freezing rain mix going on right now, so it'd be a nice day to be inside with some warm tea. We've got
cold weather's still going to be around for a while, but I know you sell this same tea, these bags, and the powder in the bags, teas year round, not just in wintertime, right?
Yeah, and we kind of do some seasonal things too. So during these months, we'll have some that are better served warm, and then when we kind of inch a little more towards spring and summer, we'll have some more like summertime cold teas.
There you go. Mike's Medicine Mart, Center Street in Kingsport. Make tracks to Mike's. What is the general phone number, folks, to call?
The phone number that's going to get you down over to the pharmacy to speak with Barry Walton would be 245-2181. So that's kind of our main number. And then we also have a line right over to the grocery and supplements that is 246-3663. So those are your two main lines.
And you've also got a Facebook page, too, do you not?
We do, yeah. Like us on Facebook, and we've got an Instagram page, too. So, that's where we advertise a lot of our giveaways and our specials that are going on. So, keep close monitor on that and come away with some really good prizes. We gave away a lot of did like, share, and win prizes when it got close to Christmas, and we got some more lined up for this year. So, just, keep checking on us and see what we got going on.
Like it and share it. Again, the Facebook page, Mike's Medicine Mart, and also on Instagram. William Yarber, thank you, my friend. Again, stay warm. We'll talk to you soon. Great report. I'll talk to you down the road, all right?
All right, sounds good, Tom.
Yep, great job. William Yarber again from Max Medicine Mart. Appreciate him very much. Make tracks to Max, and you do, and we certainly thank you for that. Again, we did a giveaway there back before Christmas, and they were blown away by the response, and we appreciate that very much. And we ended up giving the Willow Tree Angel to a young lady, Candace. Oh, gosh, I don't have a name in front of me, but the young lady from Churchill won it and was tickled to death when she did. Before we go to the break, we'll talk NASCAR coming up next. Here's the NFL coming up for this week. The divisional playoffs you've got on Saturday, the early game, NFC Atlanta at Philadelphia. It's a bird game, the Falcons and the Eagles. Saturday night, AFC, the Tennessee Titans, the big win over Kansas City, traveling to New England to battle the juggernaut, the New England Patriots, of course, with Tom Brady and company. That's on Saturday. On Sunday, the early game, AFC game in Pittsburgh, the Jaguars of Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Jags, and the Steelers in Pittsburgh, Sunday at 1:05. And then the second game at 4:40 on Sunday afternoon, the Saints in Minnesota to battle the Minnesota Vikings. So there you go. That's your, final 8 coming up for the 2018 National Football League season on Saturday. Atlanta at Philadelphia, Tennessee at New England. On Sunday, Jacksonville at Pittsburgh, and New Orleans at Minnesota. That's NFL, and that's all we're going to say about that. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. We got lots to talk about. NASCAR. Mike Hedrick, our resident reporter that knows everything about NASCAR. He's got his ear to the ground all the time. He's got some great stories to talk about today, and we'll do that right after this. We're live again at Movement Mortgage. There it is, the big MM in downtown Boones Creek, Tennessee, right across from the Cracker Barrel here in Boones Creek. Check him out, our buddy, the manager of the facility here, Jeremy Livesey, at jeremylivesey.com. We got him coming up here in the next hour of the show. Quick break. Again, we'll be right back. Who do you think's going to the national championship? Let us know. Again, at the Tom Taylor the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page, rather. Let us know who you think, and we'll go from there. All right. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live here again at Movement Mortgage on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE Master Technicians here. With the ratio, goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop. So it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import and Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad-spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
We are
Of
back.
course, I can't count as good as you. I got the fingers, but not as many toes, so I may be wrong.
We're back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're talking to our buddy Mike Hedrick. So, yeah, we're looking at the calendar. We're at 661 today. Will there be a 666 show? Let me go ahead and tell you, as a born-again Christian, no, not a chance. I don't know how I'm going to do that. We'll just skip it, I guess, and move on. I can do that. But there will be no 666 show. No, not at all. But we are at show number 661 today, and he's with us on the phone. Good afternoon, my good friend. Are you getting freezing rain in Northern Virginia today like we are here?
No, we're dry out there right now, but they say that stuff's supposed to be moving in tonight. But by then, our temperatures should be warmed up a little bit. Yeah, but man, we just had a blast of some various. It was cold. It was cold as could be up here.
Oh yeah, we had some cold weather, and of course moderate. So we look at the calendar, talking about countdowns, and we're at show 661 here on the show. But you look at the Daytona 500. We're 41 days out from that event. And, of course, we're inside of 100 days now to the Food City 500, 97 days. And, of course, that makes it 96 days to the Fitzgerald Glider Kids 300, the Xfinity Series race on that Saturday, April the 14th. So it's going to be here before you know it. I love it. That means spring's right around the corner. We got lots of stories to talk about. He always has his ear to the ground, and so we talked about Horace and Jasper a couple of weeks ago, actually three knuckleheads that broke into Richard Childress' home in North Carolina. There's 3 yo-yos been arrested. What's the very latest on that now?
Okay, we had reported before that the three guys that thought it was smart to break into Mr. Hunting's Richard Childress' house and when he was home and armed. And, of course, they broke in, and he grabbed his Bear Killer handgun and shot back at the poor saps. Well, the update is that the 2 Winston-Salem men and another man from Salisbury have been charged in the attempt to break in at Richard Childress' house. Well, now, how they identified them seems they identified the weapons from the footage that were used in the children's break-in, and they were actually the same weapons that matched up with weapons that had been stolen from somewhere, recently right there. So the rocket scientists got themselves caught, but they were really lucky that old Deadeye Childress didn't get a good bead on him in the middle of the night because, he'd have took care. He'd have had the Lone Star Justice right there in the foyer.
Absolutely, and understandably so. When you come in on a man's turf, then it's you're asking for trouble, and and understandably so. So, they've been arrested. They're behind bars, and so we'll see how that goes. I think they pretty much got them dead to right, but we'll see. Texas tire testing tomorrow. We're getting closer. It means that we're getting ready to get back to doing some testing, and the drivers are doing their sponsorship obligations down to a lot of pictures and shooting commercials, and it's getting close. So tomorrow, a tire testing in Texas. Tell us about it.
Yep, like you said, 41 days to Daytona, but we got wheels on the track tomorrow. The teams are going to be, the Monster Cup Energy Series is going to have 4 drivers out there, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, and Eric Almirola. Now, they're going to be participating in a Goodyear tire test at Texas Motor Speedway, like we said. Now, Texas was reconfigured last year just prior to the season, and they took out some of the banking in one of the turns down there, or actually turns 3 and 4, but they left it the same in 1 and 2. So Goodyear wants to test on that. But really, the biggest news out of tomorrow is going to be the debut of that Camaro ZL1. Now, this is going to be Chevrolet's first new entry in the Monster Cup Series here in a lot of years. The Camaro is going to replace that Chevy SS. And it's got 71 victories since it came into the sport in 2013. Now, we know that the Toyotas took off when they had their body change and everything went with them. And the Fords got mixed reviews, especially if you ask Brad Keselowski's. But, will the Chevys be able to gain back some of the speed on the Toyotas? I think we're going to find out tomorrow really how good that ZL1 is. And, hey, when you get a shot, when you're a champion Chevrolet this week, jump in one of them ZL1s and let's do like a tour. Let's check that bad boy out.
You got that right. Got to do that. Got that bow tie all across the front of her. Talking to Mike Hedrick, our NASCAR fan reporter you see on the screen here, live in Northern Virginia. I think we've talked about this before. Do you think, in your humble opinion, here we're getting ready to crank it up in February, running to November, is the NASCAR season too long? Should we modify it to create more fan interest? Is it okay? What's your take on the length of the season for NASCAR?
I like the length of the season. I get really lonesome in the wintertime, especially when I'm not watching the NFL. But yeah, I think the season itself is long enough, or is fine with me. You might have some drivers that argue with that. I think you might see because of millennials' attention spans that NASCAR is going to kind of either make some of the races a little bit shorter or break them down into, they've done that in the stages. And I think that's helped out a whole lot. So I like the season as it is. You probably got enough, drivers out there that would like to have a little bit shorter. But I really like the season. It's about 36, 38 weeks long. You know what? Hey, they get a couple of months in the wintertime. That's enough. Get back on the track.
Boy, cracking that whip, my man Mike Hedrick. So, yep, and we're kind of excited because, as we said, we're 41 days away from Daytona. Chip Ganassi hiring a COO away from Rick Hendricks. Tell me about that.
Yeah, this is big news. Chip Ganassi, this guy is really going after it. With his organization that stepped up his game in the last few years with drivers Kyle Larson and Jamie McMurray, owner Chip Ganassi, he's not done. He just hired this guy. His name is Doug Duchart, I may not have that right, as the Chief Operating Officer there at Chip Ganassi. Now, this guy comes with a championship pedigree, and most recently, he has been the Executive Vice President and General Manager at Hendricks Motorsport. I mean, that is huge. They got the Executive Vice President and General Manager that's been there at Hendricks Motorsports for the last 12 years. I mean, he's got them 6 NASCAR championships. 5 of them were in a row there with Jimmy Johnson. This guy has major experience, and so I see you seeing Chip Ganassi just throwing the money where he sees it necessary. I mean, he's stepping up his game. I'm pretty excited about that. That's a good move for his organization.
Talking to Mike Hedrick again, the NASCAR Fans Report in Northern Virginia. He joins us twice a week. We'll be back with us on Friday. We'll be at Jonesboro Food City on a Food City Friday. Brian France, NASCAR, the NFL. He'd like to be the owner of the Panthers. Tell me about that.
Okay, well, in Charlotte, North Carolina, NBC Charlotte says that they have multiple sources that confirm that Brian France, who's the head of NASCAR, is part of a group that wants to buy the Carolina Panthers and to at least become the majority holder. Now, we also know that current owner Jerry Richardson says that he will sell the team at the end of the season. This after it was revealed that Richardson reached some kind of settlements with employees over allegations of sexual or racial misconduct. We don't get into those kind of things. But the team looks like it's going to be for sale. Now, this makes the third big NASCAR name that we've seen that's interested in the franchise. As reported here before, in 2016, chairman of the board at SMI, Bruton Smith, said he wanted to buy it if it became available. Last week, we reported that Felix Sabata, who's a minority owner at Chip Ganassi, said he's interested in the NFL team. And with France, that would make 3, although Dustin Long tweeted the other day that NASCAR actually issued a statement denying the validity of the report that Brian France is involved in the Carolina Panthers bidding process. So I don't know whether they just took his name out or said that maybe the reports, I don't know. But it looks like somebody in NASCAR is really interested in that team, keeping it right there in Charlotte and making it strong and keeping it really strong for that community, which has a lot of good sports in it besides NASCAR and football.
Talking to our buddy Mike Hedrick again, the NASCAR Fans Reporter. Over the weekend, or at least last week and over the weekend, a couple of drivers and their significant others brought new babies into the world. Tell me about it.
Well, the Logano's just said that yesterday that they had themselves a baby little boy. I didn't catch the name of the young lad, but I'm sure it's a racing number. And before the guy gets his first little diapers on, he'll have like a fire suit diaper or something, and he'll have a sponsor. He'll have a sponsor on his little tuchus right there. But we want to congratulate the Logano's. They seem like a charming couple right there. So congratulations to them, and also to Kevin Harvick and his wife Delana. They were blessed with a healthy baby girl. Miss Piper Grace joined her older brother Keelan and that family. Yeah, so babies popping up all over in NASCAR down there.
The Jones boy and the Chip. What's this all about?
Oh, good gracious. There's a video. You got to go find this thing. There's a video posted that shows Eric Jones, or a.k.a. the Jones Boy. Now, he's going to be the 2018 driver of that number 20 Joe Gibbs racing car. Well, he took that, what they call the one chip challenge, and it's hilarious. If you're a competitor, I guess people can just challenge you into doing just about anything, and I think he regretted it. So what this thing is in the box comes just one 3-inch diameter tortilla chip that comes in the box. But this thing is loaded with Carolina Reapers. And let me tell you, they burn like fire. I got to give the guy credit that I didn't see him screaming for his life and running around like a girl, and I didn't see tears, But the end of the video does show him leaning over the sink, slugging down a bunch of milk. So I don't know how it wound up ending up, but it was hilarious. I'm glad he's keeping himself on fire in the off season.
There you go. Jones boy in the chip will be Eric Jones, and he'll be in the fire taking over for Matt Kenseth at Joe Gibbs starting 2018 coming up in about, we got 37 days when we visit again on Friday till the Daytona 500. So things are ramping up. It's an exciting time. Everybody's excited. All the teams are excited because everybody's on the same playing field heading into Daytona, the testing, and getting ready for 2018. What do you want to leave us with this morning, my friend, or this afternoon?
Hey, I want to leave everybody always asks me, how do you get into NASCAR? And usually the short answer is, depending on your skills, it's kind of hard. Good people are always needed in the sports, and here's a couple of good opportunities. Now, there's a couple of teams down there in the Charlotte area that are looking to add some great mechanics. Now, the first thing that they want to let people to know is that these are not for like traveling over-the-wall pit crew positions, but these are for like shop mechanics and welders and fabricators and that kind of stuff, things that good old boys can do. Two things about these positions is, one, they want to let people know you're going to have to either live in Charlotte area or relocate there too. And two, don't do this if you just really want to meet Dale Jr. This is not the way to meet Dale Jr., but JD Motorsports. They actually have 3 cars in the Xfinity Series, the number 4, the 0, and the 01. They are hiring shop mechanics. They can be reached at teamjdmotorsports.com. And Beaver Motorsports, Mark Beaver, who used to have Make Motorsports, now he has the Camping World Truck Series number 50 truck. He can be reached at beavermotorsports.com. Both of those guys and both of those teams are looking for good mechanics, good welders. So if you're looking, you want to get into NASCAR, there are opportunities, and there's a couple of them right there.
There you go. Great report, my friend. Back at it on Friday. Looking forward to having you back on the show twice a week, every Monday and Friday, unless I'm out with an abscessed tooth, but we're back in the saddle for now. I think I just got told we're going to get it yanked out tomorrow, so we'll be ready to roll again for Friday for sure. So we'll be ready to hear what you've got as we get ever so closer. Things are really starting to heat up down around Daytona now, aren't they?
Yeah, they sure are. I actually was watching this last weekend. The IMSA series had what they call the Roar before the 24, so they had those prototype cars on there racing around this whole weekend. Their big race, that 24-hour one, comes up in a couple of weeks. So yeah, they're actually running around. If you got your nose to the TV, you can find racing out there. So hope everybody's checking it out. It's going to be a great NASCAR season.
Yes, it is. And you're going to be right there giving us the report twice a week, which we can't wait to hear every Monday and Friday. Thank you, my friend. Give me some screen taters, and I'll talk to you Friday.
Screen taters. Hey, God bless everybody real good. Woohoo!
There you go. Our man Mike Hedrick, again, NASCAR fans reporter. Thank you, Mike. Super job as always. We're lucky to have him, again, being a contributor to the show. We're live here again at Movement Mortgage. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. We got college basketball. We got the NBA and the National Hockey League to talk about as we're here live at Movement Mortgage in Boones Creek, along with Jeremy Livesey. He's going to join us coming up here in a few minutes. Who do you think is going to win the national championship tonight? Right now, I've got a 4 or 5 to 1. I haven't looked here since the break. I'm going to go take a look at it during the break. But clearly right now, everybody with the exception of Sean Witten, the head football coach of Elizabethton, says it's Alabama's game tonight. So we'll see. Both teams are there. Both teams have earned the right to be there. And both teams are certainly worthy or certainly capable of winning the national championship tonight at 8 o'clock in Atlanta, Georgia. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the Alabama Crimson Tide of the Georgia Bulldogs. Quick break. We'll be right back. Show number 661 rolls on here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Monday, January the 8th, live from Movement Mortgage in Boones Creek.
This is Phil Pipkin, owner of Phil's Dream Pit. Do you like smoked turkey? Do you like smoked ham? For your Christmas or New Year's dinner, enjoy a spiral sliced smoked ham or smoked turkey breast, smoked right here at Phil's Dream Pit. Smoked hams, 9 to 11 pounds at $8.50 a pound. The smoked turkey breast goes from 2 to 4 pounds at $11.49 per pound. Order by Tuesday, December the 19th. Pick up Friday, December the 22nd, or Saturday, December 23rd. Let us take care of your Christmas or New Year's dinner with a smoked turkey breast or spiral smoked ham. Call 349-6437. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
The 2018 Cal Calendar in now for a limited time at Chick-fil-A, The Crossings in North Johnson City. A 20th anniversary retrospective titled Steers of Yesteryear, including a card with a wide range of free food offerings across the Chick-fil-A menu. Only $8 plus tax, but hurry, supplies are limited. Each month gives you the chance to collect free Chick-fil-A menu items. The offers vary each month, but hurry, supplies are limited. The 2018 Chick-fil-A Steers of Yesteryear Calendar on sale now at Chick-fil-A at The Crossings in North Johnson City. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. I want to say hello to our buddy Neil Hartley. Hello, Neil. Shane Weininger, Betty Perry, Norman Sobel in Nashville, AT up in West Virginia, Norman Sobels, who said in Nashville, Tennessee, watching, Mary Ellen Malone in Charleston, West Virginia, watching. Thank you very, very much. And so appreciate you kids watching the show here on this Monday. Some wintry weather outside right now. Here again, some freezing rain, although it's going to warm up and turn into all rain event later on this afternoon. But again, in the mountains, most of the school systems are out today here in our region. For that very reason, trying to get them out on buses a little bit later on this afternoon up in the mountainous counties, and not a good thing. So they all erred on the side of caution. And so with the exception of Kingsport City and Johnson City schools, everybody else, from what I can tell, are closed for today. College basketball been a big weekend for Tennessee sports, along the hoops line anyway. The men knock off Kentucky on Saturday night again for Rick Barnes, and the Tennessee Volunteers knocking off the John Calipari coached Kentucky Wildcats in a sold-out Thompson Bowling Arena on Saturday. Then yesterday, Mercedes Russell, career-high 33, 7th-ranked Tennessee. The Lady Vols came from behind in the second half to outlast Vanderbilt 86-73, remain unbeaten heading into a 4-game stretch against ranked opponents. So they got to work it out for them. They are 15-0 for the 4th time ever, enjoying its fastest start since 2005, 2006. What was that, 12, 13 years ago? Vanderbilt struggling to its worst start in school history. So Mercedes Russell, a career-high 33. Lady Vols roll yesterday afternoon in Knoxville by 13, 86-73 over the Lady Commodores of Vanderbilt. Men's top 25 college basketball yesterday. We had, 5 games involving ranked teams. One big upset. Ohio State, Michigan State, the Spartans at 15-2 rolled into Columbus and got spanked 80-72. to 64, 16-point win by the Buckeyes. So there'll be a new number one tomorrow. The new polls come out for this week in men's and women's college basketball. Women's probably stay the same, but there'll be a definite new number one for the guys. Other games yesterday, Wichita State entertaining South Florida beat the Bulls 95-57. Wichita State ninth in the country. 15th ranked Miami and 24th ranked Florida State, a battle of the Sunshine State, played in Miami, and it was a win by the 15th ranked Hurricanes 80-74. They run their mark to 13-2. Florida State at 12-3. Other ball games from yesterday involving ranked teams: 19th ranked Cincinnati, the Bearcats, with a 20-point win over SMU, and then also 4th ranked Arizona State travels to Utah to battle the battling Utes and beat them by 3. Tough game. They're now 13-2. Arizona State wins it 80-77. Not much happening tonight in terms of top 25 college basketball, but tomorrow night, man, they got some dandies. We'll talk more about this tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll be on. We just got notice we'll be getting our tooth extracted early tomorrow morning, so we hope that we may be okay to go tomorrow to do the show. Hope so, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 great games tomorrow night in men's college basketball. 18th ranked Texas Tech 14-1 at 7th ranked Oklahoma tomorrow night. You've got Texas A&M, the Aggies in Rupp Arena in Lexington to battle the Kentucky Wildcats. 11th ranked Texas A&M 11-4, Kentucky at 12-3. That's tomorrow night. You have Syracuse in Charlottesville to take on 8th ranked Virginia. Syracuse not bad, 12-4 for Jim Boeheim, and UVA, the Cavaliers of the Wahoos, at 14-1. Other games tomorrow night: North Carolina 12th ranked Tar Heels at 12-4, trying to bounce back after a butt whooping. Woo! They got whipped over the weekend. They'll be back home, take on Boston College, who's 11-5 at the Dean Dome tomorrow night. Also, 13th ranked Purdue travels to Ann Arbor to battle Michigan. Wolverines at 14-3. Purdue again 13th in the country at 15-2. And then also tomorrow night, another big ball game: 23rd ranked Tennessee coming off the big win over Kentucky. Can they keep the momentum? They will travel to Nashville to battle Vanderbilt. Tennessee at 10-4, and Vandy at 6-9. All that'll change tomorrow when the new polls come out. But that's what's going on in men's college basketball for the next couple of days. They go East Tennessee State back in action on the 11th. What day is that going to be? That would be on Thursday night, I believe it is. What's today? The 8th. Tomorrow's the night. Yeah, Thursday night the Buccaneers back in action. And let's see if I can find it for us here real quick. East Tennessee State, the Buccaneers, having a heck of a season for Coach Forbes. Yep, they will, after winning at Chattanooga, they just kicked their hiney down at Chattanooga on Saturday afternoon. They'll be back home for UNC Greensboro on Thursday, and VMI, the Cadets, come to town on Saturday. So back-to-back games for the Bucs at East Tennessee State. The Hokies of Virginia Tech, they've got a game coming up on Wednesday night. They'll be on the road in Winston-Salem, take on the Wake Forest Demon Deacons for the Virginia Tech Hokies. And the team that really matters, the only one that really counts in my book, they wear green and white. We are Marshall. The Thundering Herd, they've got a game coming up on Thursday at Charlotte, and then on Saturday at Old Dominion. So the Thundering Herd, which is my alma mater, having a pretty good season for Dan D'Antoni for the Thundering Herd for the men's season for 2017-18. NBA from last night has run them down for you. It was Miami with a 1-point win over Utah at home, 103-102. Knickerbockers going to Dallas and beat the Mavericks 100-96. Also yesterday, Phoenix a 14-point win at home over Oklahoma City. San Antonio goes into Portland, the Great Northwest, and losing to the Trailblazers 111-110. Lost by 1. And then Atlanta goes into L.A. and gets spanked by the Lakers, and that final score there was 132-113, the final there for the Lakers winning over the Atlanta Hawks. Tonight in the NBA, one good matchup, the Cavaliers at 26-13. LeBron and the boys will be in Minnesota against the Timberwolves. 26-13 Cleveland, 25-16 Minnesota. Other games tonight in the NBA, Milwaukee and Indiana, Toronto at Brooklyn, Houston, the Rockets will be in Chicago to battle the Bulls, New Orleans hosting Detroit, San Antonio on the left coast continuing the road trip. They'll be in Sacramento against the Kings tonight. Denver plays against the world champion Golden State Warriors at Golden State, and Atlanta, the Falcons, will be in L.A. to continue their road trip across the western part of the country, as they will take on again the Falcons. The Hawks will have the Clippers tonight in Los Angeles. Here we go. He's coming to town. You want to check it out. Will Graham, the celebration, April 27th, 28th, and 29th. 2 weeks from today, we'll be live at the Cove at the Billy Graham Training Center, again in Black Mountain, North Carolina. Can't wait to be there broadcasting live as, again, he is coming to town, as we said, coming on April the 27th, the 28th, and 29th. That'll be coming up at Freedom Hall, Johnson City. So circle your calendar. This is the grandson, the son of Franklin Graham, and the grandson of Billy Graham coming to town. And we'll have Darius Hensley on Wednesday from Chick-fil-A, talk more about it. But there's the packet of information that they get, which is really cool. You can go to the website, too, billygraham.org/celebrations, and check out Will Graham. And I'm sure he has his own webpage as well, which I don't have here in front of me. But anyway, this is a really, here it is, the Tri-Cities Region, Will Graham celebration, which is really neat. We join us in prayer each day leading up to the Tri-Cities Region celebration that souls will be saved. It's the tcrccelebration.org. It's pretty cool. And so there it is, get up here closer, the Will Graham celebration, April 27th to 29th at Freedom Hall, Johnson City, and going to be on the front row with Betty Perry. Betty said, "You going to have me up there on the front row?" I said, "We're there." So we'll even let Larry come too if he wants to, but we're going to be there. Can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. The Will Graham celebration, not only is it going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to be changing people's lives for eternity. So that's going to be another great reason it's going to be going on. We're very excited about it, and again, can't wait to meet Will. He'll be with us on the show 2 weeks from today at the Billy Graham Training Center, the Cove in Black Mountain, North Carolina. Can't wait. Eric's going to be with us, and Jim Kirkland from The Light 106.9 is going to be with us, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Eric runs the Cove, and so good stuff going on. They got some great speakers and musicians. It was pretty cool back in December when I was over there getting the nickel tour of Darius Hensley. Point of Grace had just left there the night before. They'd been in there for 3 or 4 days, kind of holed up and writing music and kind of getting away from coming off the road for Christmas and doing some writing, and pretty neat. It's a great place to do it. You can really, really get back to talking to the Lord, and really, I mean, you just get over there. It's so quiet and laid back and peaceful, and can really recharge your batteries, and that's what Point of Grace did while they were in town there in mid-December at the Cove. National Hockey League from last night. Let's run them down for you. A couple of big matchups. Washington skates past St. Louis 4-3. Washington now 26-13. The Blues at 26-16. Winnipeg skates past San Jose last night. Winnipeg picks up their 25th win. San Jose with 21 wins, but they lose 4-1. Another big game last night. Pittsburgh, the defending Stanley Cup champions. The Penguins skate past Boston 6-5. Penguins now with 22 wins under the belt. The Boston Bruins with 23 wins. And it was the best team in the National Hockey League, Vegas, the Golden Knights, skating past the New York Rangers in Vegas, picking up their 28th win. Vegas wins it 2-1. Other finals, Montreal skates past Vancouver 5-2. And a shootout, Columbus 3, Florida 2. Also, the Chicago Blackhawks skating past Edmonton 4-1. In another shootout, the New York Islanders skate past New Jersey 5-4, and the Philadelphia Flyers pick up a win 4-1 against Buffalo on the ice last night in the National Hockey League. Tonight, you have Columbus, pretty good matchup, as a matter of fact. Columbus, the Blue Jackets, at 24-16, skating against Toronto, and the Maple Leafs at 25-16 tonight. That'll be in Toronto. Next match for the Predators, also tomorrow night back in Nashville. They'll be home with a 24-win season so far. 24-11, the Predators hosting the Edmonton Oilers at 18-23 on the season. They'll skate tomorrow night again in Music City in Nashville. So we'll have all that for you coming up tomorrow as well. Quick break. We'll take a time out, come back, and we'll take a look at Major League Baseball. High school basketball, anybody playing tonight? Big Tuesday tomorrow night. We hope to be bringing you a ball game. Again, it goes back to the old tooth, but we hope to be bringing you Elizabeth and Unicoi County tomorrow night. Doug Hartley is going to join us and talk about Hunter Memorial and talk about the RSM Ministries, and we hope to make that happen tomorrow night. It'll be on me, so I may limp over there and look like I'm in side of my head all puffed up, but I'm going to do it if I can, because that's going to be a big ball game. Elizabethton's coming. They're young, and they got a big quality win Friday night against Sullivan South, and really played Dobbins Bennett well Saturday night, losing, but they played them much better than they played them earlier in the season in Kingsport. So you see them growing up. They're a young team. And again, Lucas Honeycutt, the coach for Elizabethton's got them playing pretty good basketball. And this Parker Hughes kid, this freshman for Elizabethton, has really come on. And the Ashley kid, is it Nico Ashley? There's a kid you want to watch. Gangley, I believe a sophomore, so he's kind of rangy and gangly. He looks like a newborn calf on ice at times because he's just getting his feet under him, but he's coming on. And once he really starts to figure this thing out and puts a little meat on him, gets in the weight room, hits the weights, kid's going to be tough. So they've got of course, you got Wilson and Cornett and Perkins, got a pretty good nucleus. We also got the green light. We're going to be bringing you Elizabethton baseball this year. Very excited about that. So that starts mid-March, I guess, which will be here before you know it. So anyway, we'll hopefully be over there tomorrow night doing a little Elizabethton Cyclone basketball courtside here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page with our buddy Doug Hartley. He's going to join us for a little while talking about, again, some cool things going on in Elizabethton and specifically in Carter County and Elizabethton. It's going to be very cool, so we hope to have that for you tomorrow night. Quick break, baseball and some local sports coming up next. We work our way through show number 661. It's what we do every day. We just sit right here and talk about sports. Again, tonight, the national championship. Who do you have winning the national championship? Will it be Alabama or will it be Georgia? And so we'll kind of take our official poll and wrap it up here in a few minutes when the show concludes. But again, right now, it's clearly Alabama's the favorite to win this thing tonight, from the response we've had so far. Quick break, and yes, I know that some of these commercials they are not timely. They still talk about Christmas, and I understand that, but Phil's Dream Pit, you still order those hams and turkeys. I'll tell you what, they've got some great food at Phil's Dream Pit there on the Eastern Star exit. We'll be out there broadcasting live next week, and so we love going to Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. They're closed today. They're open Tuesday through Saturday. And we'll be out there next Tuesday, broadcasting live, as a matter of fact. Rest of this week, tomorrow, kind of up in the air based on our the old dentist appointment. Wednesday will be at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Thursday will be at Freddy's here in Johnson City. And Friday will be at Food City in Jonesboro. So the rest of the week is booked up. We're booked up all next week as well. So we love it as we go out and talk sports, and this being show number 661. Later in the week, we'll have David Strickland on, the head coach of the Tri-Cities Otters soccer team. I'm looking outside, the frozen precipitation really coming down pretty good now, so you can see it bouncing off the sidewalk here. So we got some definite wintry precipitation going on here in Boones Creek. Also later this week, Bill Robinson, the head coach of the Milligan men's basketball team, is going to join us, among others. So we got some cool guests, as we always try to do and bring to you, coming up later on this week. Again, quick break. We'll be right back. Local sports and some baseball news next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE Master Technicians here. With the ratio, it goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop, so it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import and Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-Cities' best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, Our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
We're back live. Jeremy Livesey, manager of Movement Mortgage, is in the house. Let's go ahead and change his out. Hello to our buddy Neil Hartley. Appreciate Neil giving us a listen today. And there he is. There's our buddy. Hello, Sunshine. How are you?
Oh, hey.
Or is everything good?
Fantastic.
It is good.
Beautiful weather. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing like a little freezing rain.
Yeah.
Here.
Only a glazing of ice.
Just a little glazing of ice. Yeah.
No big deal. It just adds color.
Yeah. So, in all seriousness, we're going to be out and about. Drive carefully today because particularly going up in the mountains, going to get a little tricky. Of course, it's tricky out here. I've seen a couple of fire trucks going down the interstate, so we've got some wrecks somewhere. So.
Yeah. We're going all the way to Cracker Barrel for lunch, apparently, because we're not going to get out there with the crazies.
You know what? That's where I'm headed as soon as the show's over. I'm going to walk right across that parking lot and get me some barrel food. There you go.
Sticks to you.
I love this guy. This is great. Sticks to you.
Yeah.
All right. Movement Mortgage, you've been hopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, since we had you on the show, last Wednesday at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I was there.
Talked a little NBA. So since then, how many closings?
4. We got one going on right now in Nashville, so I'll say 4.
Yeah. As we speak?
As we speak.
On the phone?
Well, I mean, I was just talking to the girl to make sure she was good. But
yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, so she's in Nashville buying a house, so her mom actually did her mother's loan here, and so her mom sent her over my way, and we took care of her.
That's exactly what we want to hear.
Yeah.
JeremyLivesey.com. So she is from here.
Yep.
And moving to Nashville.
Yep. She lives in Nashville. She's working in Nashville, but she's been renting for the last about 2 years, I think. And I think her mom just said, you need to buy something.
There you go.
She called me, and we took care of it.
There you go.
I have not met her in person, though.
Is that not cool? That's how it works. I mean, they do business with folks. You know, if you want to meet them, they want to meet you. But
we'd love to meet in person.
Sure.
I'm just not driving to Nashville.
Exactly.
And especially in this weather.
There you go. and we totally get that. So
yeah, summertime we talk about it.
It ain't any better up on the plateau, I can tell you that. Can you imagine being up on the plateau right now in freezing rain?
I would rather not do that.
All those truckers and
No,
I
can't do it.
We're going to sit right here and watch it bounce off the sidewalk, and then when it changes the rain, we're going to walk to Cracker Barrel.
Exactly. Right now we can see if anybody falls and maybe laugh at them and see how that goes, and we'll just take it from there.
JeremyLivesey.com. If I go there, what will I find?
You'll find a picture of me.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see next to it, I have a contact me little icon, and then the next one is a apply online.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can go online and they'll see a nice video of the whole movement process, and then they can actually start their online application.
How fast can we turn them? That's your big thing is speed, right here at Movement Mortgage.
Yeah, we have a 6-hour turnaround for underwriting, and then as far as clear to closes, we're averaging about 2.5 weeks, give or take a little bit.
6-hour turnaround.
Yeah.
Wow. And close them in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we can if you need to. Most people don't need to, but we've got a closing on the 18th of this month. It's a VA, and we took the loan out Thursday morning, and we already had our approval Thursday afternoon.
JeremyLivesey.com is the website to go to. Of course, he's the manager of Movement Mortgage here, and that's the big MM back here behind us. When we go back to the camera, I'll show it a little bit better, but I want to get him on the camera because he's such a handsome fellow. That's what his lovely bride thinks.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Cleveland and Minnesota tonight. The Cavs, 26-13. In Minnesota, the battle of the Timberwolves, not having a bad season. They're 25-16. What do you think tonight?
Personally, I think Minnesota's probably going to beat them.
Really?
I think they got their act together.
Mm-hmm. What's the story on the Cavs right now? They still trying to, with Isaiah coming back, they're still trying to kind of find their identity?
Yeah, they're kind of play a game, skip a game, play a game, skip a game, so trying to get him acclimated. So, because really Cleveland, as long as they're in the top 8, that's all they care about.
There you go.
And but watching them play the Celtics, and that Celtics look good.
Well, I watched some of that. That was a whooping.
Yeah,
that was a beatdown.
Celtics, they had some anger.
They were lighting them up from 3-point range.
Yes,
Holy
they were.
Smokes! Especially the kid Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
this kid can play.
He can shoot.
Was he Kentucky?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. And man, he lit them up. I mean, flat wore them out. So. Anyway, that's probably the biggest game tonight. Golden State, the defending world champions, have Denver, and I don't see that being much of a game. So that's pretty much the marquee game for this night in the National Basketball Association. Of course, the sports world, everybody's going to be watching in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Georgia.
Yeah.
Alabama and Georgia. What do you think tonight? Who do you like?
I hope Georgia wins.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
It's cool because I'm keeping a running tab here, and Sean Witten, who I had on the show earlier from Elizabeth, head football coach, says Georgia 24-21. He thinks that Kirby Smart will find a way to stop Alabama and put some pressure on Jalen Hurts.
Well, Alabama's got some injuries too. So.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do.
And then Georgia's basketball team beat Alabama over the weekend.
Oh.
So if you look at the history in the national champion, the winner of the basketball game for the last 4 years has won the national championship.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Ohio State beat when they beat Alabama that 1 year, and then last year I think Alabama beat Clemson in basketball right before, and then the year before Clemson beat Alabama, or vice versa.
So whoever wins the men's college basketball game before the national championship, the football team follows them.
Correct.
So Georgia beat Alabama's guys.
Georgia beat Alabama last week.
Wow.
So they will win tonight based on history. If they win, you're going to call me like 1 in the morning and say, "My God, you were right."
You are 1-900 Jeremy. We're going to hook him up in Vegas. So.
Should be a quick game. Both teams like to run. It might be over in about 2.5 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of passing. Although I think that's going to be the key for Georgia to get Fromm getting some passing going.
Yeah.
Chubb and Sonny Michel are going to run the ball. I mean, you just know that they're going to try to.
Yeah.
But Kirby Smart, if he can open up a little passing game, even if they go down the field and do the old. We talked earlier in the show, the old button hook, just go down, turn around, come back, or go down and out, little sideline routes, something to make the linebackers play a little bit more honest instead of just pinning their ears back and chasing the running backs. I think it's going to be an interesting ball game. But and then the same with Jalen Hurts. If Georgia can get some pressure on him,
they're going to have to
rattle his cage a little bit. I think it's going to be interesting. And
if they can keep Hurts in the pocket, they'll win. If they let him start running, they're going to be in a world of hurt.
Of course, the key to every football game, I've said this, been doing this for 30-some years, it always comes down to the big games, special teams, kicking game. Look at the Oklahoma game, blocked field goal. The field goal right before halftime by Blankenship was huge for Georgia. So I think special teams will play a big part tonight.
Yeah, and that one big play.
Yep.
That somebody always gets.
Yep. And then also the Alabama defensive coordinator, I think he's making a pretty good showing, Mr. Pruitt.
Yeah.
He'll be on board, I guess, tomorrow full time for the.
He should be there by midnight tonight. It's just about a 2.5-hour drive up from the game. He should be there by midnight.
Game's over. Jeremy wants him in the office at midnight.
He needs to be there.
And watching film.
Yeah, start hanging pictures.
That's it, hanging pictures. I love it. Did you see where the big boy's leaving Tennessee?
Yes.
Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Not good. 6'3", 320-pound Khalil McKenzie.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
A big boy, going to go to the draft early, joining John Kelly, who I was told over the weekend had a little problem getting to class after about the Georgia game. I don't think he ever darkened the door of one, I don't think.
He got burned out pretty quick.
Yep, so old John's gone. They say to join the NFL. I think he's an academic casualty. I think Mr. Pruitt's going to change things pretty quick. Defensive back Rashawn Golden is gone as well, so there's 3 Tennessee Vols going to move on, but this guy's 6'3", 320.
They're recruiting very well, though. They're recruiting very well.
Yeah, they are, absolutely. And just Tennessee fans, give the guy a chance. Good grief. Don't let him go and expect to
give
win.
Him 2 years.
Oh.
Nah, they'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, they do have to let. I mean, you cannot continue to have a carousel of coaches.
No,
you cannot. I mean, you've had Dooley, you've had Kiffin, and you've had most recently Butch Jones. You got to let somebody get in there and settle in and get it going. And this is the guy you want.
He's good.
3 national championships he's been involved in, so he knows what it takes to get there. You got to let him take a little time.
He's got a good staff,
Yep.
apparently. And then I don't know if you've already touched on this. You see Dooley's back in the SEC, so there's a win for whoever's playing him. It will not be a defensive struggle. So they got him, offensive coordinator and quarterback coach.
Oh, so you're telling me whoever's going to play them, there's a W.
Yeah, he's done wonders in his past with the quarterback situation, so I think he'll be great.
Oh, making my tooth hurt. Stop. Ooh, my man is a piece of work here, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He's, Dooley is the new offensive coordinator and quarterback coach at Missouri. So,
yeah.
Which is
smart bunch of people up there.
Yeah, they Dallas let him go, by the way. Didn't renew his contract.
Yeah,
so.
can't believe they did that.
Yeah. Oh,
when Romo is calling your plays verbatim before they're actually played, that's not good.
Good sign there's a problem.
Yeah.
So, what else going on? JeremyLivesey.com. Tell me how folks out there, because springtime, you're busy right now, but typically you really kick in when the weather gets warm. It's just kind of traditional. So we have a ways off to do that. How can you help folks? You got more folks moving crossways here in the market, or more folks moving in from out of other areas?
Right now we have a lot of people moving in from out of the area. Just most people are tired of the mostly weather situations, depending on where they're at. We have some people moving from Florida. We have a lot of people moving from Texas, and I guess that's all hurricane driven. But we do have some people moving in from up north that just apparently they don't realize it gets cold here, and so dealing with a lot of that. But right now we got more people looking to refinance, which is it's very cyclical for the year, but a lot of people overextend themselves around Christmas time, and will use a refinance or something to pay off some bills to help them cash flow purposes or something like that. So we're able to help them in that situation as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
JeremyLivesey.com is all I want you to just go to that website, and the rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. And so, again, you heard him say you can get qualified same day if you got all the paperwork lined up, and you can close as quickly as 2 weeks or whatever will benefit you to get the job done. So condos, mini farms, homes, what else? A little bit of everything?
Pretty much everything. We do, we're doing a lot of just regular single-family dwellings right now, but, now we're doing some, like you said, mini farms or something like that. We see a lot of those in, Southwest Virginia where, people have acreage, and so we're doing a lot of those right now, too.
Where are you licensed to do business in?
We got
Tennessee,
North Carolina will be here in the next week or so, Georgia, Kentucky, and Virginia.
Yeah.
And then the company is licensed in 42 states.
So but we're talking about you specifically.
Just me.
4 states. But if you're getting ready to get relocated, or if you're in one of those 4 states he mentioned coming this way, then this guy can help you either coming or going, either way, or both. JeremyLivesey.com. Good stuff. So, NFL, do you care?
I watched the games over the weekend. It's nice to see Tennessee Titans won, but Kansas City gave it to them. It ain't like they did anything outstanding. But I'm glad to see the Rams made the playoffs. They didn't really have a good showing, but they were there.
Falcons eliminated them.
I can't say much. My Dolphins haven't been in the playoffs in forever, so I can't.
And the Raiders, they got a new coach.
Yeah, that was good.
$10 million a year for old Chucky.
I bet those Tennessee Vol fans were really mad, wasn't they?
I bet all the other NFL coaches love John Gruden now, going, hey, look here.
Yeah, I figure Belichick's on his way out now. If he'll be asking for a pay raise. Cause
$10 million a year. It's like, hey, if Gruden's getting it, I'm going to get it. So
exactly.
Here we go. So goes up.
It's going to get ugly.
Oh, yeah. So love coming over here, man. I know you're busy, and we're going to get some of the other agents on, but we're running out of time, so we'll have to come back and do it again. But that's a good sign when they're too busy to come talk on the show.
We've had a couple of realtors come in to visit and do some marketing stuff, and actually our market leaders up here today just come here to hang out with us.
That's good. From K-Town? Yeah, it's good. Well, we ought to try and get them on, I guess, if they want to come on. They probably don't want to come on, do they?
Probably not.
Probably not. How'd I know that?
We can go ask them real quick.
Yeah, if you want to. That's good. We can do that.
Just
So,
got 5 minutes.
yeah, we got 5 minutes, and we're going to talk a little baseball and some high school basketball. So
McClure wanted to come on.
bring him in.
All right.
Yeah.
Do your updates. I'll go get him.
All right, let's go get him. You're the man.
I'll be right back.
Let's go ahead and switch the cameras and let him go get our buddy McClure Boyd. Let's get him in there. Absolutely. Good job. So we'll do that. Tom Taylor Sports Show again. Baseball real quick. Let's tell you about the New York Mets. They're trying to shore things up here in the offseason, looking for Mike Moustakas, Todd Frazier, and maybe Andrew McCutchen with the Pittsburgh Pirates. So the Mets, after a disappointing 2017 season, looking to get back to being the team that made the playoffs in 15 and 16, got a new manager in Mickey Callaway. And so the Wilpon family are going to open up the checkbook and say, we want to make this team competitive again. So they have some interest in free agent third baseman Mike Moustakas or Todd Frazier. And they've also got some interest in Pirates outfielder Andrew McCutchen. So we'll see how it goes for the Mets over the next couple of days, which will be a good thing. As McClure gets ready to settle in here, let me run down for you. Not much tonight in high school basketball. And what little we have out there is probably going to be weather-related. Sullivan East and Morristown East tonight, and Middlesboro, Kentucky at Lee. Those are the games tonight here locally. Now, tomorrow night, we hope to be bringing you, that's the goal, Unicoi County and Elizabeth and the Cyclones and the Unicoi County Blue Devils. That'll be coming up again tomorrow night. Other games scheduled tomorrow night: Cherokee at Morristown West, Daniel Boone at Dobbins Minute, Crockett at Science Hill, Happy Valley at Johnson County, Sullivan North at North Green, Sullivan South at Sullivan East, Unicoi County at Elizabethton, Volunteer at Tennessee High. Those are the games again coming up again tomorrow night in Tennessee. In Southwest Virginia, Abington will be in Gate City to battle Mac McClung and the Blue Devils. East side of Thomas Walker, J.I. Burton at Castlewood, Ridgeview, Wise Central tomorrow night, Rye Cove at Twin Springs, the Bragging Rights of Scott County, and Union at Lehigh tomorrow night in local high school basketball. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. And one other note, it was Dustin Johnson at 8 under 65 and an 8-shot victory in the Century Tournament of Champions, and that happened again in Hawaii. Be nice to be out there. He finished 24 under 268 for his 17th career victory. If you're following golf, getting ready to heat up for the 2018 season. So let's bring him in, being our last guy to make it happen here and on the show, and that would be our buddy McClure Boyd. There he is.
Hey, Tom.
Afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good, doing good.
Yep. And so,
come in here and talk about basketball. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? You want to talk college? You want to talk pro? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I was glad to see the Vols beat Kentucky, despite maybe I heard they had the flu. I'll take it though, if that's the case.
Tennessee had the flu.
I heard Kentucky had the flu.
Oh well,
so
yeah. Well,
we'll take a win when we can get one, I guess.
Absolutely, it won't matter. A W is a W is a W. So.
No, I'm a big NBA fan, but unfortunately, I think it's looking like Cavs Warriors again, which is not a terrible thing, but it doesn't bring much spontaneity to the playoffs.
So you don't think the Celtics are going to take the Cavs when it's all said and done?
I think if they had Gordon, that they might be able to, but and I don't know if he's potentially going to come back this year or not. There's lots of rumors that he might, but that seemed pretty gruesome the first night of the year. So
yeah,
I don't know if he'll be able to or not, but I think if they had him, that they could definitely beat the Cavs. But with Isaiah Thomas coming back, and he'll be getting more steady minutes as the season goes along, I think they'll be pretty tough to beat still, with LeBron still playing unbelievable ball right now.
You think LeBron will be in Cleveland next year? Or do you think he'll move on?
I don't know. Writing's on the wall that he's gone, but
I would agree.
You never know. He's got a house and his kids in school in L.A. So
yeah.
But as Lonzo Ball is not doing as great as people expected, I don't know if he's going to be a Laker or not. So.
I would think you'll see him as a Clipper or a King. I won't see him as a King. Probably as a Clipper or a Laker.
Yeah,
my guess. He likes LA, as you said, his kids there, and so LeBron has had a pretty good run at Cleveland, but he wants championships, and I don't know if he can get any more in Cleveland or not. I guess we'll see, but I think the Lakers.
Without Kyrie, I think Kyrie's proven his worth in Boston. He's
exactly right.
He's a pretty good player.
We are here again at Movement Mortgage. McClure Boyd, one of the agents here, so tell us about what's going on with you. You've had closings, which is a good thing. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we've done several closings so far. I've been here since about mid-October, and it's been a great place to work. The 671 mentality, 6-hour underwriting, 7 days to close, 1 day. 7 days to process, 1 day to close. That's been true, and we can see it. We've seen the results. So you can get your closings done a lot quicker. You can get your, close on your house a lot quicker, get in there a lot quicker. If you're refinancing, get it done a lot quicker. And that's the mentality here. And that's so we've kind of shown that we can do it, and I've seen it. So
you've seen it firsthand.
Seen it firsthand at this point. So
6716 is
6-hour underwriting process. So if you come in, even if you don't know necessarily the property that you're looking for, we can get a formal underwriting decision in 6 hours, pending certain documentation. A 7-day processing period, which that means getting everything completed, even potentially appraisal wise and title work wise to get you to where you're ready to close, and 1 day to close is the last thing. Just giving the title company 1 day to get your loan closed. So potentially, if you come in, have all your documentation ready, it's not out of the question to get your loan done in 2 weeks.
Wow.
So it's a different process than any other lender in the area, and so I've seen the writing and seen the writing on the wall and seen that it can be done. So it's been a great place to work, and I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. Since my battery's running low, I don't know why. I got to plug it into the wall, but anyway, we're about out of the show time anyway. Is there a website for you to find out more about McClure Boyd?
You can go to McClure.Boyd at movement.com, and it's MCCLURE.BOYD at movement.com, and all my information's there. So yeah, go there. That's kind of a one-stop shop.
McClure Boyd, McClure.Boyd
at movement.com.
There you go, McClure.Boyd at movement.com. All right, so tonight, Alabama or Georgia? Who do you think?
Well, as a Tennessee fan, I don't know if I want either of them to win, but I'll give my buddy Chris Rose is a big Georgia fan, so I'll pull for the Bulldogs.
Pulling for the Dogs tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't bring myself to pull for Alabama.
What, in your humble opinion, will be the keys to this game tonight for Georgia to win? What do they got to do?
I think those two backs will have to go crazy like they did against Oklahoma, and they'll just have to play good D. Their defense has kind of been their Achilles heel all year, but those two running backs are pretty special. And if Fromm can get going as well, they can put up the points. So I think they'll have to outscore them. I think it'll be a high-scoring game, just because I think there's two good offenses out there. So. We'll see. I haven't really watched either team that closely this year. Just trying to be a UT fan, so it's tough to be one of those this year.
You got it, but I think they've turned the corner. Jeremy Pruitt, I think they're going to be okay. So
I think so.
They, 7 hours from now we'll find out. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Alabama and Georgia. It'll be the teacher against the coach. Or the teacher against the student, I suppose. Saban, the teacher, and the student, Kirby Smart. We'll see who played, or rather coached with him for 10 years in Alabama. So be interesting tonight. We'll talk more about it tomorrow, as we'll be ready to go tomorrow, we hope, after getting the old tooth pulled. Hope we'll be ready to do a show tomorrow. Wednesday, we'll definitely be at Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City. Thursday, we'll be at Freddy's, again on State of Franklin here in Johnson City. On Friday, we'll be at Food City in Jonesboro on a Food City Friday. Hopping around, we love that. Next week, we're going to have stops at Phil's Dream Pit and Max Medicine Mart and other places. So, McClure Boyd, one more time, your website is?
McClure.Boyd at movement.com.
There you go. Good job. How's Papa Bear? Doing good?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Doing real good.
Oh, yeah.
Driving all over the country, seeing grandkids. So.
Loves it.
Yeah.
Love his daddy, Wally Boyd. Great guy. And your grandfather was really cool, too, Wallace Boyd.
Yeah.
Neat man. So, and your mama's pretty cool. Miss Jan's pretty cool,
yeah,
too.
I'll take her, too.
You got it. So, thank you, my friend. Good job.
Appreciate it.
Yep. That's going to do it from here. Again, thanks again to McClure stopping by, giving us the agents here at Movement Mortgage as we wrap this thing up. Again, thanks to our guest. We had Sean Whitten on, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, doing a little preview of the game tonight, and he too took Georgia 24-21. Gary Taylor and some of the others have taken Alabama. Let's see if I can get a final tab here before we get out of here. And your battery is very low. May not have time to do it. I don't know why my battery is very low. Oh, yeah, I do too. Because I don't have it plugged in. I forgot to plug it in. Let's do that real quick. Oh, Tom, buddy. So I get over and get in a hurry and get running around here. Yeah, that would explain why the battery is low, because it's not been plugged in today for the whole show. But we're about to change that, so we can stay on a little bit longer if we need to, because watch this, it'll be amazing. Yeah, look at that. Is that not amazing? Much brighter. Oh, my boy. So, anyway, Jay Curtis, hello, Jay Curtis, Darius Hensley, watching, Betty Perry, Norman Sobel, some of the folks. Let's go back here and see if I can get it one more time. AT up in West Virginia, almost heaven, West Virginia. So, let's see here. Let's hit this one more time and hit. I'm trying to see this real quick, and I can't believe it, another thing plugged in. Yeah, I can. Just double check this one more time, and here we go. Let's go here, and John Michael Bear, appreciate you, my friend, and Betty Perry, and Jay Curtis, and Darius Hensley, and Gary Taylor, some of the folks on the show. We appreciate that very much. And so, again, it's been kind of unanimous. Well, no, not unanimous, but it's been a strong tilt towards Alabama to win the national championship tonight, so we'll see. Thanks to our guest, again, hopefully back with you tomorrow. I know for sure on Wednesday we got to pull a tooth tomorrow morning, get this tooth out of here. It's been rocking and rolling pretty good, and so we got to get it out. And so if we can, we'll have a show tomorrow, because we'll get it pulled in the morning. I think we can be all right. And so we'll talk about that tomorrow. Thanks to Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans reporter out of Northern Virginia. Thanks to Sean Witten, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. Jeremy Livesey and McClure Boyd from Movement Mortgage, and William Yarber from Mike's Medicine Mart. All those folks, appreciate you very much. We'll get the Gator Man on tomorrow to start the show. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Be sure and like us and share us. We'd appreciate that. And we'll rejoin you tomorrow, we hope, from 11 to 1, ready to go with the Tom Taylor Sports Show for show number 662. Don't forget, National Championship tonight, 8 o'clock, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. It'll be Alabama and the Georgia Bulldogs. Very much a pro-Georgia crowd tonight, no question about that, and Atlanta for sure. Lots of red and black tonight. Of course, Alabama will be there well represented as well, but Georgia's going to have a big following tonight. We'll see if that pays off for a big upset, or can Mr. Saban get his 6th national championship as the head football coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. It'll be interesting to see. Saban, again, playing in the national championship for the 3rd straight season. Alabama's won 4 national titles since Saban took over in 2007 and played for another. Only once since 2008 has Alabama lost more than a single regular season game. That is what you call a dynasty. We'll see you tomorrow. Out of time, we sincerely thank you for yours. And as always, we'll tell you, please like and share the show. It'll go up here in just a few minutes. You can go back and watch it whenever you want. And we thank you for that. And be sure and like us and share us. And as always, we'll tell you, as we close the show, win or lose, be a good sport. And again, thanks to the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, who is the head of this show, the Lord Jesus. We'll see you tomorrow. So long, everybody.